But he was also like a personal trainer. I don't think I don't think he had any social media, which is kind of weird for like personal trainers.
Yeah.
So I don't think he liked like a lot of attention.
That's alright.
But it was funny working on him because just working on him, he always sounded like a pissed off dog. Yeah, so you can feel you had a lot less of that scar tissue here. Are you left-handed?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, almost none on your calves. A little bit up here. Yeah, relax as much as possible. Good. But your leg is moving more on this side. Are you feeling more tension in the front of your hip when I press here?
Yeah, I can feel it more.
Yeah. So one sign of that is that when I push down here, when your foot is moving, what's happening is I'm stretching your hip flexor, so I'm stretching the front of your hip, and because the body doesn't want to stretch, it's trying to relieve the stretch by rotating the leg like that. So that's why the foot starts to bounce. And that moves so much better. YouTube gives me like a lot of analytics.
Yeah.
And so I look at my analytics all the time. I'm always trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. And so I was talking to one of my clients about, I can, this video did well here, it didn't do well there. I can kind of see like, well, I'm getting a lot of people in the Philippines watching, or India, or this and that. And so I was going through some of the analytics, and I'm like, okay, it's telling me where people come to my site off-site, like where people go to YouTube and watch the video off-site. And so I can't really search all of like Twitter.
Yeah.
But I can search, but it had this website, LSPG or whatever it's called. And so like I was like, okay, that's just a regular, website. I've actually been there before. So I went there, they had like a little search function. I'm searching massage. And I finally found my video, and I just made like a little post like, oh, that's my video. Thank you for sharing it. And then someone replied like, I knew you would be here at some point when I heard you talking about your analytics. Who knows? Maybe in a different life I would have been an engineer or something. I'm a little data boy.
Yeah.
have a little spreadsheet of, you know, every person who's come in and how many times they've come in, where do they find my business, you know, their gender, all this stuff, so I can kind of see like, oh, okay, so most women find me on Instagram, you know, most guys, you know, find me on Google, that kind of stuff.
Right.
I get more people from Instagram, but my highest spenders are Google clients. You're taking this pretty well.
I mean, I do have a high pain tolerance, but
Because you have a ton of fibrosis. That's all that crunchiness you feel.
yeah.
It's what, you know, it's what people call scar tissue. I try not to call it that because it's not the same as if you had surgery and you have a scar.
Right.
This is more like when people say, you know, someone has scarring in their lungs. So you may have heard someone say like, oh, they have fibrotic lungs. Well, you definitely needed this. And the scraping is what brings the young guys in.
So, like, explain to me, like, what does that do?
So like the fibrosis, like all that kind of crunchiness,
Yeah.
that comes from your, at least from what I've learned, it comes from your body healing. It could be other ways, I guess. But from what I've learned, it's like your body healed, but it overhealed and healed incorrectly. So like, you know, imagine you dropped like something ceramic and broke it,
Right.
and you tried to glue it back together, but you did a bad job and there's like glue just kind of sticking out everywhere.
Yeah.
That's kind of like what's happening.
Oh wow.
And so when you scrape, I'm not sure exactly what mechanism is causing it, but it encourages the body to reabsorb the fibrosis, so the extra tissue in the fascia.
Oh.
Some people will say like it breaks it down. I don't know if it breaks it down. For all I know, it could cause like some kind of trauma to which the body then responds and heals. Like it's kind of funny, but like a lot of things that we think are healthy
Yeah.
are actually harming us a little bit, and what's healthy is our bodies like healing. So that's what happens with some vegetables. Like you eat like some vegetables and they actually harm you like a little bit, and your body's like, I don't want that, and your body overheals, and so that's why like the vegetables are healthy for you.
Got it.
And I try not to say exactly what mechanism it is because I don't know, and we don't always know these things. A lot of times in science, this is like it's an educated guess. It's often right, but can be wrong. And you should feel this in the front of your hip,
Yep.
going up towards your belly button. This is a very gentle psoas stretch. I actually learned this in Florida. I had a client who came to me. He said he wanted a bigger butt. And I was like, well, I can't help you there, but you know, I can help so that your hip flexors don't overpower your glutes when you work out,
Right.
and then your glutes can, work efficiently.